Danette and I are packing up and heading south to Detroit. We're going to the Henry Ford Museum, and naturally, we're bringing you along with us. Danette and I spent our last month in Michigan back at Kalkaska RV Park and Campground. If you missed our episode from our first visit in the beginning of the season, I'll put the link in the upper right-hand corner. We came back here to experience the fall colors, and before we leave, we want to share the beauty of fall in Kalkaska, Michigan with you. Thank you, Tina and Joe and their daughter Jessica for sharing their little slice of heaven with us. We hope to see you all again soon. But for now, bye-bye to this region of Michigan. We have a 5-hour drive to Detroit and we are expecting snow, so we gotta get going. Now don't worry, we're not gonna make you suffer through the drive with us. How about we just get there in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Henry Ford Museum. Hello everybody, we are currently at the Henry Ford Museum in Detroit. So we're just gonna do a quick little video around here and take a look and see what we can see. Come on.
Wow. Shero.
The Shero.
One of the original Sheros.
Upon entering the museum, the first exhibit that's front and center is the enduring struggle for freedom. In here you'll see many items on display that in one way or another changed the course of history and shaped America. From American independence to the creation of the Constitution, a woman's right to vote, and civil rights, this section covers many things that we've become so accustomed to that we may tend to take for granted. There is a copy of the Declaration of Independence, as well as the very seat President Lincoln sat in Ford's Theater on that fateful day on the 14th of April of 1865. There were items like this china that was used in our first president, George Washington's White House. But the area that we saw as being one of the most important and emotional areas was on civil rights. We must never forget even the ugly parts of our past. Segregation was a dark time in U.S. history, treating people differently based solely off the color of their skin. The civil rights movement today is just as important as it was back then. We're at a time now where lawmakers are trying to sugarcoat history because of their own bigotry or because the truth simply hurts and it makes them feel uncomfortable. We cannot turn away. We must educate our children so that we will not repeat history. The actual bus Rosa Parks made her stance on is on display here.
Moved to Detroit at that point. Yeah, right away she had a brother in Detroit who encouraged her and her husband to move because things were becoming more dangerous.
Danette was brought to tears as she sat in the very seat where Rosa Parks refused to give up her spot to a white man. The power one woman had that escalated then a slow-moving cause, and whether she knew it or not at the time, Rosa Parks helped put in motion equal rights for all in America. It's so hard to comprehend that at a time in history, a person's right to vote was based on their gender. Finally, in August of 1920, after a decade-long battle, women were given the right to vote. If not for many brave women at the time, my mother, my sisters, my wife, and our daughter may have never secured the right to vote and have a say in who represents them. We were very humbled to see and feel such an important movement in U.S. history. It's a reminder of how far we have come as a country, as well as how much further we still need to go. With our emotional journey coming to an end, it was time to turn our attention to the other exhibits. Here is a disassembled Ford Model T. It was very interesting to see the many parts of this historic vehicle. Notice anything missing, like a bumper? Safety wasn't top priority on the list back in the early days. Things like a bumper hadn't even been created yet. Here we are looking at a few cars from the past, all the way to the present. At one time or another, I owned a couple of the cars they had here on display, like my Vet. Okay, it wasn't a Corvette, it was a Chevette, but a Vet nonetheless. Give me a break, people. I was 16 working at Six Flags Magic Mountain. I couldn't afford much more than that on those wages. A fun fact is Danette and her twin sister Denise, their first car was also a Chevy Chevette. What a small vet world we live in. Post-industrial revolution from the 1850s to the 1900s, America saw major improvements to existing machines for your home. Sewing machines became more compact and able to be hidden in furniture when not in use. Bicycles even changed. They evolved from the penny farthing with its large front wheel, and in just 50 short years, bicycles began to resemble what we ride today. There's even a display showing the invention of the watch. Did you know the watch was solely created as a means for men to show up to work on time? As you can see, there's no rhyme or reason to the layout of the museum, just a bunch of different exhibits filled with history. There's so much to see in the Henry Ford Museum. So, let's keep going, shall we? Making shoes.
Wow.
And fixing them, I guess, too. The kitchen of the 1700s. The average middle-class kitchen.
Is it average middle class?
That's what it says. The average middle-class kitchen. The 1700s.
Glad I didn't live back then.
You didn't want to live in the 1700s?
Again, I think that I need to wait until plumbing, indoor plumbing. Was it
Indoor plumbing. Well, let's see what happens in the next viewing area. Here we have, well, doesn't look like we have any plumbing yet.
No indoor plumbing, no
1840s.
Jeanette.
Your average kitchen of the 1840s. They do have a clock on the wall.
I mean, that's important.
They've got a little dining room table. They've got their little wash basin over here. All right, now what's next? Where's the average middle class kitchen? Oh, we got water. We've got water, boys and girls.
Okay.
It's done by hand pump, but it's there. This is 1890.
Probably still an outhouse, so.
Probably still an outhouse, yep. Let's see, do you think there's a kitchen here that resembles something that maybe wouldn't have an outhouse next to it?
I don't know, I hope so.
Attached in the house would be an actual indoor plumbing restroom. Oh, look at that.
That looks more my
This
speed.
is beginning to look a lot more modern. 1950s.
Wow. That's crazy.
1950s. There's color. The world of steam engines. These are different steam engines. Yeah. Goodness. Look at the size of these monsters. I know. Here I am, recording this on a little teeny microcomputer that's like way more advanced than this thing. Highland Park gas steam engine. Whoever would have thought a steam engine could be a work of art? We relived 1938's controversial radio show. The world, the aliens have come.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a grave announcement to make. Incredible as it may seem, those strange beings who landed in the Jersey farmlands tonight are the vanguard of an invading army from the planet Mars.
And now, back to the future. There's a massive collection of farming equipment, and if you saw the teaser from our last episode, they even have the world-famous Oscar Mayer Wiener Mobile. We made our way back to the traveling exhibit area, and there's a hockey exhibit here. It looked pretty cool, so we had to check it out, and I'm glad we did. If there was ever a thought in my head that I could be a hockey player, my slapshot told me it's a good thing I didn't become a professional or even amateur, no, beginner hockey player.
This is supposed to measure your speed. Let's see how you do, speed. Today's high score is 62. Come on, you can do better than that. Pow! 29. Come on, you got this, speed. Still counted. So deceiving. Looks like you're about 32. Now we're gonna try left-handed. 39, same. Interesting. 35. Yeah, you think it's arm strength, right? Pow! Look at that. Woo! 30.
Danette does not want to try, so just for that, penalty box. Get in. Get in the penalty box. You're in it.
Yay! I like the penalty box.
The Beach Aircraft Corporation, a new way of living for 1946.
Yay!
This
It's the smart
Dymaxion House is a permanent, fireproof home designed to take advantage of 20th century materials and manufacturing technology.
I don't remember seeing very many roundhouses.
Me neither. Construction materials come out of the aircraft industry. Ooh, all aircraft industry materials. The Dymaxion House, 1,017 square feet of living space. Spacious living and dining room. There's room for everyone. Metal bathrooms, round corners, a breeze to clean. Air ventilation system provides comfort all year, and a modern kitchen attractive and efficient. Built-in revolving closets and evolving shelves. No need for dressers, 2 bedrooms, cozy and stylish. The home is equipped with 2 spacious bathrooms. Not really. I think our RV bathroom is bigger than this. These homes were created by Buckminster Fuller. Fuller believed there was a better way to build homes. He used mostly aircraft aluminum. In each home would have its parts all constructed off-site, then packaged and then built on site as a kit. It was intended to be cost efficient, so anyone that wanted to own a home could. Fuller was a perfectionist, and he felt that he could always improve the initial design. He refused to begin production until he got it right. With only 2 prototypes being built, unfortunately, the delays in production combined with retooling costs, the Dymaxion House ran out of funds before any more could be built. This center shaft holds up the entire structure. The roof on top slowly rotates around, allowing the air to circulate, eliminating the need for air conditioning. They clearly didn't visit the humid South when they decided AC wasn't needed. We made our way to the trains, and when you get this guy in a locomotive, the kid at heart takes over. I even discovered a whistle button that was better than the one I did. Trains have always fascinated me as a kid. Most people consider it annoying when there's a train crossing on the road. I loved getting stopped for train crossings. Seeing those massive machines rolling down the track always had my attention. All aboard! Next stop, the Lego trains, with the last stop, the history of flight.
What do you think, Speed?
I think it's amazing.
What a huge, cool plane. Adventures in early flight. That's cool. We sure have come a long way in airplanes, haven't we?
I would say so.
No.
That would take passengers to Kansas City.
Wow.
Right to Coffeeville, Kansas City. 1928 Ford ATV. Tri-motor.
Nice.
Look at that! Little biplane.
Where are you going?
I have no idea. Well, that's not entirely true. We know exactly where we're going. Join us next week as we tour Snook's Dream Cars in Bowling Green, Ohio. It's a Harvest Host location, so we'll be boondocking there too. Danette and I thank you so much for watching and being a part of our adventures. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to click that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and definitely leave comments below. We love reading your comments. We'll respond to every single one.